from Television Hill in Baltimore, WBAL TV 11 News continues.
Welcome back, and joining us now to answer your pet questions, Dr. Kim Hammond and Bandit.
This is Bandit. And this is an interesting case, and I want everybody to sort of pay attention to this. Bandit is a rescue, and Bandit is not the most trusting of dogs as far as new people. So you and I are new people.
Well, he was a little jittery when I walked up here. I was the last to come up on the set. He's a little cautious.
Hey, Bandit, look, look. But what we're trying to do is positively reinforce good behavior. So if he's a good dog, he gets a treat. And slowly but surely, he'll come around and be a great dog, because he's a fabulous little dog. He just doesn't like you or me, and maybe there's a good reason.
His experiences in somewhere, you know, and that's always something with a rescue dog.
Yeah.
You may not always have all the information about what the dog's experiences were prior to rescue. But it's something to take into account. It's not a negative necessarily.
It's not a negative. You got to train them. Got to train them because they're smart.
What kind of dog is Bandit? Just
that's
a
good question. That is a very good question. We're going to have a lotto at Fall Animal Hospital.
I'm trying to find
it's going to be a mega dog lotto.
Just do a DNA thing. All right. Speaking of dogs, here's a question. My 10-year-old dog staggers as if he's drunk and has rapid eye movements. Neurologist put him on prednisone with some improvement. A friend said her vet used Dramamine. What's going on? All
right, first of all, Dramamine is not the answer under any circumstances. You're not going to try to sedate him or give him any sort of antihistamines. But there's obviously something that's in the brain that's causing this dog to have a problem. And your veterinarian is trying to say, look, we have two choices. We can try to investigate it through tests, through MRIs or things like that, or we can see response to treatment. So try some prednisone, which reduces the inflammation. And then he probably is going to make the corollary that it is something in the brain, and then we probably do have to do an MRI because it could be a mass or something.
To get a final diagnosis. All right, and still on the subject of dogs. My Jack Russell is so itchy in the morning when he wakes up, but the remainder of the day seems to be fine. Someone said put some olive oil in his food. I'm afraid he'll get diarrhea, though, which itching might be better. What's the solution here?
I always like to, you know, when people make suggestions like that, I always like to say, where did you come up with that suggestion?
Home remedies aren't always the way to go.
Yeah, and how much olive oil, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't think olive oil makes sense because what we're defining here is there's something that happens overnight that makes this dog itch, and then the rest of the day the dog's fine. So I would look at the bedding. I'd see what event's going on. There's probably some contact relationship, and I would investigate that very aggressively and see what is involved. Sometimes it's the bedding. You take the bedding out, wash it. Sometimes people spray the bedding with things like Febreze.
Irritant, yeah.
So that's what I would do.
All right, some food for thought there, and some food for our little friend this morning, too.
And you know what? If you get a tough dog, take it to a dog trainer or training class. They're really easy. They're all over the place. They have them at YMCA, you know. But we're doing a little training right now. Bandit, when I first met Bandit, wasn't really trustworthy of me. But come here, Bandit.
Bribery works, right?
You're right. Look,
Kim, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
More coming up in a minute.
All right.